Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another Medical Monday and a brand new episode of Should You Take That Case, where our goal here is to be a resource for legal professionals like yourselves who pursue medically related cases by sharing their experiences and insights as defense or plaintiff attorneys. It's still me, your host, Lisa Wade, friendly neighborhood legal nurse consultant and owner of Wade Nurse Consultants. There, think of us when you have those large, hefty medical records that you need summarized. Visit us at wadenurseconsultants.com. And I'm not only that, I am the creator of our LinkedIn private community, the Attorney Medical Record Resource Group. That's where all of our wonderful attorney guests come from. And we're going to have another attorney guest today. He was so nice, we had to see him twice. So we're going to visit with Stephen Tannenbaum in just a few. But first, we are going to scoot over to the comment section, see if there's anybody visiting us live today. Please, if you are an attorney, put an A into that chat so we can see you and say hello. A paralegal, put a P. Legal assistance, put an L, just so we can see you and welcome you and thank you for coming and spending some time, your precious time with us today. We really appreciate it. And if you're a part of Women Owned Law, that is a wonderful organization that I love and enjoy. And it is a groundbreaking group created to connect and advance women legal entrepreneurs. So visit them at womenownedlaw.org. See if it's someplace you can enjoy. So now let's get back to introducing our repeat guests for today. And that's Stephen B. Tannenbaum is the senior partner of Tannenbaum, Bellantone, and Silver PC in Lake Success, New York. He has more than 40 years of experience in the handling of medical malpractice, personal injury, product liability, and nursing home litigation. He serves as a trial counsel to multiple law firms in the New York metropolitan area and in Long Island. He additionally serves as a mediator and arbitrator for national arbitration and mediation. As a fortunate sudden cardiac arrest survivor, he is a national speaker and advocate for the promotion of Good Samaritan legislation, which protects lay performers from liability in the performance of CPR and in the usage of AEDs. And now I bring to you Stephen Tannenbaum. Well, in just a second. There you go.
Hi.
Welcome, Stephen.
Hi. Nice to be here again, Lisa. Thank you for inviting me back.
Well, welcome back and happy Valentine's Day or happy Heart Day.
To everyone out there as well, and to you.
Yeah. Well, it's also National Heart Month.
Yes,
So
it is.
yes. So,
Yes, it is. I'm
not
well aware
just
of it.
these hearts, the actual anatomically correct portion that we all have to deal with. So think of
Sure.
heart health on this heart day.
Everybody, please.
Yes, excellent, excellent. Well, Stephen, this is what I want to know. What in the world? Tell me three or more changes that have happened for you personally or professionally since your last appearance. I think we were in the springtime. Tell us what's been going on.
Well, unfortunately, we're still under the effects of COVID in the courts here in New York, and that's creating quite a bit of a bottleneck, which every once in a while tries to seep through. but it seems to keep happening. But we're getting early indications that the courts may be opening. The next most important thing, the courts do recognize the problem that this is causing. And here in New York, they're trying an ADR solution. They're trying to have the courts serve as mediators in place of jury trials, which are not being held yet. So the judges are trying to act as mediators. But unfortunately, a lot of these cases have been laying fallow for 2 years, and lawyers just don't seem to be ready to proceed or willing to proceed with mediations or arbitrations at the present time. So, we were hoping that would change things up a little bit, but maybe soon. We're keeping our fingers crossed. Third, it's gotten a little bit harder to establish personal relationships with clients. I like to pride my firm on having, a lot of personal contact with our clients. I like to meet with them. I like to guide them through their problems. I like them to know they have a place to come to when they have a question. And there's nothing like going to a client's home or having them come into the office and sit down and give them the time that they deserve. We've had to do a lot of that virtually. Some people aren't equipped to do that virtually. So I know I miss, and I know my clients miss a lot of the personal contact, which I think is really important in the attorney-client relationship.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, it sounds like things are moving in New York, but slowly. There's signs of life.
New Yorkers are used to moving a lot more quickly than we've been moving recently.
Oh, boy.
There are signs of life. The patient, I think, is off the critical list.
Oh, well, all right then. Thank goodness. All right.
Yes.
I'm glad things are moving ahead.
They are.
All right. Well, what keeps you intrigued and interested in the law and your practice? Tell us more.
Well, I will tell you, when I first started practicing, like most young lawyers, I wanted to change the world, and I wanted to try and do my part to help make the practice of medicine, better. And as the years have passed, we have made tremendous gains in the medical field in terms of medical knowledge and technology. But the delivery of medical care and the equity in the delivery of medical care are problems which I don't know can be resolved through litigation, although we are certainly trying. And unfortunately, I'm seeing a lot of the same communication errors, things like that, which shouldn't be happening in this electronic age. We're still seeing disproportionate lack of equity in terms of providing good quality medical care and access to good quality medical care. And I keep hoping, at least, that the medical profession and the legal profession can work together to improve the quality of medical care. It's a battle. It is an adversarial proceeding, but at the end of the day, we're trying to get good medical care delivered to these patients. And unfortunately, we haven't gotten there yet.
Well, it sounds like you have a lot of justice to still fight for.
Yes, there are some people who are the victims of inexcusable neglect, failure to communicate, failure to pass on radiological reports and studies, failure to pass on pathology reports. I still see, unfortunately, there's disproportionate gender problems in the delivery of medicine. I still think women's complaints aren't taken as seriously as men's complaints are. And I still see plenty of cases where a doctor can't reach a diagnosis on a female patient, and they write, they make up some nonsense generic diagnosis because they don't really believe the patient, or they believe she's being hysterical or overreactive. And unfortunately, we're still seeing that, and there's no excuse for that.
That is definitely unfortunate. Well, what cases involving medical records, since we've last talked, have you pursued or referred out to someone or bypassed since the last time we talked, and why?
Well, we're working on I'm co-counseling a series of jail reform cases where prisoners have not had proper medical care delivered to them, and there have been very, very dire consequences. And more unfortunately, there has been a pattern, almost a systemic pattern, in the way that's happening in a particular location, which I really don't want to get into. But
Mhm.
in order to take a very, close look to find the deliberate indifference and the violation of constitutional rights, we really need to pick apart their prison medical records. And if someone's been in prison for quite a while, particularly if there's been some drug involvement in the past, that will certainly affect, the quality of medical care. And we need to know everything we can possibly know about each of these prisoners. And I have found that nursing involvement in terms of preparing chronologies, reviewing medical charts, reviewing orders to see if they were carried through, seeing if prisoner complaints have been responded to on a timely basis. Nursing involvement has been critical to our analysis of the cases and our ability to, find what happened.
Mhm. I can understand. I've had cohorts that have dealt with, been part of compassionate release plans for uh, very critically ill inmates. So, uh, and that's come up a lot with COVID. So, I do. Nurses definitely can be handy around that area.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right.
Also,
And, hmm?
some I've been seeing some post anesthesia monitoring cases where nursing care is critical in evaluating the patient post operatively. And we've been looking into that very carefully. And we do make it a practice to get a nursing or medical chronology in just about every single case,
Mhm.
because a lot of times someone will come into my office with 12 inches thick of records with a very, very serious injury and say, do I have a case? And there's just nowhere. And I'm sure other practitioners have had that experience as well. Clients were very proud when they drop off the records, but when I have to get to work on them, I can't possibly exist without nurse chronologies.
Mhm.
So I have found them invaluable.
Oh, well, I'm ready, willing, and able whenever, Steve.
I know that.
Let me know. All right. And lastly, what, if anything, have you learned over the past 12 months that may have changed the way that you are running your practice from now on?
Well, that's a tough question, but I'll do my very best to answer it. Uh, Clients want to be serviced. They want to make sure you're paying attention to them. And even through the COVID era, um, although it's gotten tougher to do that, clients are still demanding, and they have every right to be. They want to know that you haven't taken off for a year or two. They want to know their case is still being worked on, and it's gotten very tough to process cases because not only the court system, but because of the medical record system, it's gotten very difficult and time consuming in order to obtain medical records to evaluate cases. So clients are getting a little more antsy in terms of the development of their case. And we keep explaining to them that there's nothing that we can do. We're doing our very best. And clients also are getting very antsy when their case is on the trial calendar and I don't have anything to report to them. And I found that I've spent a lot more time on the phone calling people up and telling them nothing is happening. And I'll call you as soon as something happens, just to make sure that they don't think I forgot about them or that we abandoned their case.
Mm. Oh, I can see how frustrating that is for you and your
Sure,
clients.
sure.
Yeah, I guess they like to know they like to see you doing something. you know?
They want to know you care and you haven't
Yeah.
abandoned them and you're still important to them.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm so, but you are a unique individual, Stephen, and we haven't met in real life yet, but I do feel close to you.
Well, we're very close on the screen and very close on the telephone, and I'm sure the time will come.
Yeah, I can hardly wait.
That makes two of us.
Well, well, we're at the portion of our show where we have a little Q&A. If anybody's watching us live, it is the time for you to get your questions together for Stephen and get ready to put them inside the chat or the comments box. Are you ready, Stephen?
Let's hope someone responds.
All right. Well, Listen, we have a way to deal with that no matter what
Okay.
happens. So, in the meantime, while people are getting their questions together, it's the time we have what I call a small commercial break. So we can tell everybody about a little bit about Wade Nurse Consultants and legal nurse consultants in general. Everyone is not completely clear about what legal nurse consultants do. So I'm going to make that clear for you all today. At Wade Nurse Consultants, it's all about review, research, and roadmaps. When we review medical records, we summarize and translate that info into human, easily understood language. And when we research, we complete medical literature searches regarding topics attorneys may not be completely familiar with or need a little more in depth details to convey complex concepts to judges and juries. And we create roadmaps for injured clients in the form of life care plans detailing their future medical needs over their lifetimes, including estimated costs of that care. And to recap, Legal Nurse Consultants at Wade Nurse Consultants is all about review, research, and roadmaps. Now is the time to schedule a 15-20 minute medical case or medical record strategy call by clicking the calendar link that you'll find in the description box of this YouTube channel. Call us or schedule an appointment so we can have a chat. Now it's time to get back to Stephen Tannenbaum and the Q&A. Let's take a look, Stephen. Any comments, questions? Not yet. So, but
It's the
like
weather.
I said, it happens. It's like that. But we have a plan. And this is the plan. Inside the description box of this YouTube channel, you will find Stephen Tannenbaum's contact information. Feel free to reach out to him. And I'm sure as soon as he has a free moment, he will answer your questions. Am I right, Stephen?
Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, there you go. So since we're not having a lot of questions today, I think we're going to wrap up a little early. How's about it?
That's fine.
All right. Well, before we go, let me just remind everybody, or thanks, Stephen, for coming. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you for inviting me.
And let me remind everybody to like this show, subscribe to this channel, and if you have any legal nurse consulting questions, email me at lisa@wadenurseconsultants.com. But catch us next week, 5:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday for a brand new episode of Should You Take That Case? And thank you for coming again, Stephen.
My pleasure. Hope to see you soon. Stay well.
You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.